So here we are, giving the One Ring a shot in the mono black coffers shell that has been going around. Looks like the person playing the deck has decided that Invoke Despair needs to come down to just one copy where the One Ring is. It's kind of the card advantage engine, but we are still playing the Karn Great Creator package. We're going 2-2 on Shieldred the Apocalypse and Damnation. A couple of Talus Dominants, getting us from 2 to 4 super fast. Get the ring, get Karn out there. This adds a colorless mana before it adds anything else. But it also gives us a second color for the engineered explosives that come out of the sideboard. Shieldred's Edict has actually been a card from New Phyrexia that has been impressive to me. At least in Standard. I haven't had a lot of experience with it in other formats, but being able to pick a Planeswalker as one of the things you Edict is clutch. We got 3 Night's Whispers, just aiding the card advantage engine, make sure we get our resources built up. 4 Relic of Progenitus. This card is very important right now, especially with the amount of Living End in the format. Yeah, the Ring plus Shieldred, match made in heaven. Then we've got March of Wretched Sorrow, kind of a bigger removal spell. We can also pump it once we've got Coffers online with Urborg to gain a bunch of life in a lot of the matchups. 4 of Fatal Push, just keeping that board clear. Bloodchief's Thirst as a 1-of. Extra Planeswalker removal, gets Renin 6, gets a bunch of the threatening creatures on the low end right now, Ragavans. One of the cool things about this list that I really enjoy, especially when the 4-color decks are on the rise, is the land destruction package coming out of the mana base for this deck. Urborg doesn't care if they're not swamps. It makes them swamps, or they will eventually be swamps. So, getting that extra little boost does take some mana, but it is great to help in those matchups where the opponent is stumbling on their mana. The creativity matchups are great. But here we are. Let's see. The sideboard looks like it is a pile of Karn targets and a playset of Grief. Engineered Explosives gets an extra card slot because, well, it's real good. Real good. Usual suspects you'll see here: Bridge, Chalice, Sundering Titan, Cityscape Lover, Wormcoil Engine. The 4th copy of the One Ring, the Stone Brain for creativity list, Liquid Metal Coating is just an answer. Kind of a slowing opponents down combo with Karn. And then we have Stone of Eric. I hadn't seen this card really. I'm not very familiar with it, but it seems pretty good. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. So it's an interesting card. I'm not sure if it's any better than like Tormod's Crypt or Relic of Progenitus, which we already have 4 of, so it makes a pretty good 5th copy. I didn't mention Profane Tutor, but I mean, it's there to tie the room together. You don't have a Coffers, get a Coffers. You don't have an Urborg, get an Urborg. All that sorts of stuff. So we're going to get into some testing sessions here. Alright, we'll keep this. This is sweet. Opponent's mulliganing to 6. Swamp Relic pass. Crashing Footfalls it is, huh? So we got Rhinos here. Oh, man. Night's Whisper. Alright. Alright. Nothing to exile from their graveyard. Awkward. Very awkward indeed. Not exactly a matchup where this card thrives. But I think we'll be fine. We've got tools. We've got Fatal Pushes. We've got Damnations. We've got Marches. So we got plenty of removal that we can employ. Shuffler's on one today, huh? All right. This just means they'll have to force this turn. Keeps them from violent outbursting us. That's interesting. Play coffers number 2. Time to start robbing mana after this. We've got answers to rhinos now. Let's see, they're about to pull this one off as well. So we'll answer this. And then we'll Edict before they cast this one, or before this one resolves. Target opponent sacrifices a creature token. Target opponent. Or sorry, each opponent sacrifices a creature token. Much better. Okay. Rhinos dropping in. Ruining my day. Gonna hit a Shardless Agent here to pop another one? That'd be weird. Shoot, maybe. Alright, they got both basics out now. They're suspending a third Crashing Footfalls. Okay. So now we need some spells. I'll tell you what that didn't. Isn't a spell. They're playing a basic mountain. What? What? Alright then. Sure. Alright then. Basic mountain from the Rhinos players. This one in particular. Alright, we're about to take some damage here. It's going to be painful. Owies. Deck's got jokes. Deck's got jokes. Flooded. All right, well, we've got lands in our hand. That's what we have here. Two time counters. We'll go to 2. They can't hard cast a Force of Negation against us now. So kill those 2 rhinos. Wait till the next 2 rhinos come out. Not this turn, but the next. We got Become Immense in there. And we got Become Immense. Brazen Borrower. Those are 2 cards of note. There's Murktides. Okay. We drew a Blood Chief's Thirst. That is not going to do it, folks. That is not going to do it. Alright, so what do we want against rhinos? We want Engineered Explosives. I kind of want to leave 1 in the sideboard in case we hit Karn. And we want Grief. Definitely want Grief. Let's cut Relics. Yeah, we wound up drawing all of our Relic of Progenitus that game, and this is not the match you want that. This is also not a matchup where you want to draw 2 Cabal Coffers in your opener. Okay. This is not great either. Cabal Coffers does not produce mana. Unless you have 2 mana to tap it with. Let's go to 5. Keep. Send Sheoldred and Tutor back. We're on the play. So we'll be able to get to Grief before they get to Rhinos, thanks to Talisman. And they can't Force of Negation that. Urborg. Talisman. Pass. And we'll actually have the Grief on the battlefield instead of in the graveyard. But they'll also probably have multiple ways to Rhino in their hand. As is tradition. No. They do have Blood Moon, though. I mean, we have to take the Shardless Agent. Like, it's just... They're not going to Blood Moon us until after the Misty Rainforests have gotten them some stuff. They've got a forest there, too, so maybe that is enough to convince them to Blood Moon. Okay, Matthias Cam... Not doing anything. Okay. Alright, well, let's attack for 3. We'll put a Coffers on the battlefield and pass. We've got this March of Wretched Sorrow. Don't really have anything to do with the mana at the moment besides this March, so they're going to have to put something on the battlefield for us to get any use out of this, but they're going to go get Island. I guess that's something good given Blood Moon in their hand, but holy cow, we are flooding. Maybe we can ride this Grief to the finish line, though. I wonder if Bowmasters would be good in this. It'd certainly be good given a lot of people are playing the Ring. Force of Vigor on our Talisman of Dominance. Yeah, but... there's that. Engineered explosives is pretty good. We'll protect its identity at the moment and not put it out there. Pretty easy just to pop it off to kill some rhinos. Okay, well, we're still doing our thing. Breeding pool coming into tapped. Come on. Really need this W. Got them to 9, and they still haven't found an answer for grief. Alright, there's Karn. Let's get our attacks in. They do have the force of negation, so we're actually going to cast engineered explosives first. Alright, I'm fine just leaving the engineered explosives on the battlefield. I don't think that if they weren't going to force that, they'll definitely force Karn. Right, they're suspending footfalls. And they're casting Fury. Okay, so their hand is Force of Negation, Blood Moon, blank. Alright, so now we get to march. For a bunch. X will be 11. Boom. Only a March of Wretched Sorrow can tame Fury. Alright, so what are the odds that their third card is a blue card? Sick. Boom. We go get Sundering Titan and wreck their day. Feels good. Grief did a lot of work there. Let's run it back. All right. Again, Coffers is not a mana source by itself. It's the toughest part about this mana base. Okay, see, we can play this. Let's put Edict back. Given that we have Night's Whisper, the Ring, and Damnation, I kind of want to go ahead and just grief them. But we'll wait. We'll wait till next turn. It's actually Night's Whisper before we grief. We might have a better card to exile than March. Plus we've got Damnation. We really are just looking for lands at this point. Bingo. Bingo. Since we've got the combo, our hand is looking great. Let's get rid of Blood Chief's Thirst. All right, 2 Violent Outbursts and a Force of Negation and a Force of Vigor. We'll take the Force of Negation. We can't keep them off Rhinos, but we can Fatal Push, Damnation, March of Wretched Sorrow. Main goal here being, let's get the 1 ring on the battlefield. And get that rolling. We've got 3 mana available to us here. We didn't see a Blood Moon, thankfully. That would have been a little bit of problems. We know that Violent Outburst is their spell of choice, so Damnation's not going to do any good for us here. We'll have Fatal Push for one of them. Let's see. And thus there were Rhinos. It's 86 one of them. I want them to cast the other Violent Outburst here. That'd be pretty nifty. Nope. Yeah, the ring is just the better play here. Oh. Alright, well, we're not getting Rhino'd at the end step. Maybe they'll take this as a notice that they should Rhino during their turn. Try to push the game into overdrive. Nope. No reason to. Well, we've got an answer for 1 Rhino token now. Okay. March, cast it. X is 4. That'll give us a buffer. Now that we know that this is happening, we can take the 8 Damnation and get out the other side of it. Yep. Come on through, Rhinos. What you got? Just don't draw another... I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. If I say it, that'd be bad. The 5th swamp gives us pretty sweet little setup here. Boom, and we can go boom. And still have a fatal push up. Go ahead and start trying to limit a little bit of their maneuverability. The headphones plus the glasses is tough. All right, so we've answered 2 crashing footfalls so far. So far. Okay. Come on, spell. That is not a spell, but we're okay. I ain't stressing it. I mean, if they have another outburst at the end step, that'd be pretty rough. That'd be fine. We have Fatal Push and March. We can dump a lot of mana into March. They were looking for a second red source for Fury. That's why we nabbed the Ketria Triome there. Wooded Foothills from opponent. Come on, Karn. All right, legendary land not worth playing. We'll hold it. Yeah, there's the Fury. We'll march the crud out of it while it's their turn so they can't force for free, quote unquote. 6, 7, 8. And unless this is Mystical Dispute, that'd be rude. Sick. Alright, let's draw a good spell. I mean, that's kind of what the ring is supposed to do if it resolves. But, I mean, everybody's preparing for exactly the ring, so... I think they might have hit another Violent Outburst here. Like, Invoke Despair used to be the spell that pushed the game to the next spot. And with the ring being a replacement for that, cheaper and consistently draws more cards. Hey, let's suspend that. It's probably going to get Karn. Gives me the opportunity to Damnation. Bingo, bingo. I have the Fatal Push to back up if that doesn't end up being possible. Suspend one counter off of that. Grief, let's go. I have to cast Damnation first. Okay. Let's tap the Urborg so that we can... Let's grab this Fury. Play Urborg. We'll keep the untapped one. And we'll pass. Make some use out of all these lands, especially the legendary ones that we have 4 copies of. So we know Force of Vigor 2 times is 2 of the 3 cards in their hand. So let's pop off one of these Rhinos. I think I'm going to take the 6 here. Alright, spell. Well, regardless, we're getting to Profane Tutor this turn, so we've got that going for us. We're going to find at least one spell. Maybe our draw step finds another one. I think we grab Invoke Despair. That answers a creature, draws a couple of cards. If we grab the ring here, we're in danger. We could also grab Sheoldred. But Karn's probably the best. Force of Negation. They've cast 3 of them, so... Karn's also an option. I think it's Invoke Despair, though. What's our draw step? A Sheoldred. Perfect. Make a bunch of mana with coffers. Play Urborg. Keep the untapped Urborg. Invoke Despair. Shardless Agent. We get to draw 2 cards. It's a Coffers and a Swamp. Beautiful. And we'll play Sheoldred. Still 2. There's no reason to not attack here. Sheoldred gets out of range of pretty much everything they're trying to do. I think the 2 Force of Vigors are still in their hand. So grabbing Karn would have actually been the worst choice we could have made. Okay. Dropping their 4th Crashing Footfalls onto the battlefield. So once we get through this one, we're fine. We'll be okay. They've played 2 Furies. Moto, come on now. I'm not sure I understand Nugget. Don't think they're going to send that lone Rhino into Shieldred. Okay. All right, and we're drawing lands. Earth. Play coffers. Pass. You're right, you're right. Should have done it that way. That would have saved my life. Because I don't think we can win right now. Block a Rhino with Shieldred, trade Grief with a Shardless Agent to get it off the battlefield, because 2 damage is going to come over with Trample if we block a Rhino either way, so at least we can get that card away. We'll still have Shieldred, we'll be at 2, we'll gain 2, go to 4, so our draw step needs to be good. Ooh, does Violent Outburst kill us? Violent Outburst kills us. GG's. Bad beats. Okay, we can keep this. Gotta push on 1, Profane Tutor, suspend on 2. Oh, come on, don't scam me. Come on. Don't do it. Okay, we're just getting Thoughtseized. The Fatal Push. Okay. Doesn't change our turn 1 play at all. Might have changed our turn 1.5 play. Stoneforge Mystic? Ugh, Dothy Voidwalker. Do we care? And we care enough to go ahead and get it off the table. Puts Profane Tutor on a back burner for a second, but I think with the Godless Shrine there, we've got this Field of Ruin. We can get to enough swamps for our action. Ah, there's Thoughtseize. Number 2. Slowly trying to pick our hand apart. Invoke Despair. Okay. Let's tutor. Okay. I'm a little confused. What format am I playing here? This doesn't feel like Modern. Come on, Urborg. Boom. Nope. Just another Field of Ruin. Okay. So it seems like I should have Field of Ruined, a Godless Shrine that turn instead of Well, this wouldn't have mattered anyway, because that has Menace. Nah, I think we're fine. We will do it now. I mean, they'll probably have the basics to go get. I don't know if they'll have a planes. They do, in fact. All right. We can't get Invoke Despair because that's already in the bin. Pay life equal to its power. We can get a March. Why don't we get the ring? Let's just get the ring. Ooh, and an edict. I mean, if we edict them and continue our pop. Actually, if we just ring here. All right, hold on. That doesn't do it. All right, we'll gain protection from everything until our next turn. If I start feeling like I'm in danger, I'm going to draw a card. Okay. What's our draw step got for us? Ugh. So we can pop a land and cast Children. Thanks to Cabal Coffers. We'll make that our land drop. We're grabbing a swamp here. Bingo. And then we'll just pass. We'll wait till they act to activate the ring and gain some life, because I don't want to activate it and then get nothing. Vanishing Verse, huh? Wonder how often that's good. I mean, right here, really. Quite often. Oh. Cloud Shift. What? Cloud Shift and not Ephemerate? Okay. Seven, 5. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to sacrifice it here in a second, so, like, we'll Take two. We'll take two from the ring, all right. I want Sheldred back on the battlefield. They have one card left. That'll give us 4 swamps. Boom, boom. 4, 2, 6. So we'll be able to Sheldred and Edict. So that's pretty sweet. What's this? Don't have any mana floating, so I'm gonna play Coffers and go to second main phase. Before we play Sheldred. Or now. Let's go ahead and draw, gain a bunch of life. Sick. And then I can go black, exile Night's Whisper. X is currently 2. So we'll play the black and be done with it. Then we'll play Sheldred's Edict. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. And that's the show. If they answer Sheldred, we've got Karn. Charming Prince. Scrying 2, I bet. That's what I do. So lose 3, gain 2 from the draw step. Attack. They'll block. Karn. What do we want, gang? Ring. Keep this one, give us pro everything for a turn, get the concession finally. Woo! Alright, so they're kind of the same deck we are. I don't really think that we need to change anything. Dauthi Voidwalkers. Yeah, I don't even want to bring in Grief. I think we just run it back. Okay. Not looking spectacular, but we do have better lands. Let's keep it. We got 2 removal spells that we can lead into. They didn't Thought Seize us. Got Shouldered. Not great considering we wanted to draw land, not another 4-drop. Okay. Good stuff. Play land, pass. We've got Edict and we've got Bloodchief's Thirst, so got a couple of different avenues we can employ to get them. Cool. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Nice. All right, so we'll Demolition Field in step. We can't Bloodchief's Thirst that, but we can One Ring next turn to get into whatever we're doing next. Cool. Fantastic. So we get to One Ring here. Got Shoulder to follow it up if we need to. That is a really good answer to the ring. However, it will give us a 4/4. So this is just a 3 mana value creature because it's the prototype. So we can Chief's Thirst that. Yeah. Then we'll pass. Yeah, the card is nuts. It's definitely a situation where I think we're still excited by it too much and trying to jam it wherever we can. Because like 4 mana is prohibitive. Not every deck is going to want this card. That's a 3/3 with Menace, so even if we killed the Skyclave Apparition, we wouldn't be able to surprise block. Any good 2 mana artifacts? Liquid Metal Coating doesn't do anything for us yet. So we're looking at 6 mana. All right, let's Karn. Let's grab Liquid Metal Coating. We'll turn off their silent clearing during their upkeep. A little worried about them ephemerating right here. Looks like it. Oof. That's what I wanted. Ooh, Grief is a really good card for them right here. Ouch. Says what, 5 toughness? All right, this is where we draw Damnation off the top. That's pretty good. Not Damnation, but pretty good. Gotta do that during their turn, Anthony. Yeah, but if they have the 3rd Cloud Shift... Yeah, I'm going to pay 7 life. Gain 6 life. No! Okay, so they're playing Ephemerate in addition to Cloud Shift. Screwed. Ugh. Now we'll draw Damnation. Cool. Tilt. Maybe we do need Grief. Don't think Relic is going to do enough for us. All right, so we had a mulligan. We're keeping this. Swamp Go. Take off the upkeep stop. Witch's Cottage. Swamp Go. Okay, well. What do we got here? Dothy. Good old Voidwalker. Suspend Profane Tutor. Pass the turn. We can Ring next turn. We can Damnation next turn. It really depends on... I think they play Flesh Gorger if this turn. And if they do, then we Damnation next turn. I actually think that Flesh Gorger is pretty good in this deck. Yeah, we'll take your 3 Shadowy. Uh-huh. Skyclave Apparition has got me a little more protective of casting this. Okay, so they do play Flesh Gorger here. Off of that. Nice. Sheoldred's Edict is going to be a great backup. Boom. Yeah, every time, I don't know. I don't even want to bring it up because I don't want to start talking about ban talk. All right, let's go get an Urborg. There we are. Field of Ruin. Sick. I mean, here, if they do, in fact, have Skyclave Apparition... Tap it for black mana. Even if they do have Skyclave Apparition, we'll get to draw a card. We'll have protection from everything until our next turn, and then we'll be... then we'll have a 4/4. So... So now the ball's in your court, opponent. What are you gonna do? Hey, look at that. They're gonna Skyclave Apparition. I think we march. I think we go ahead and march, exiling Sheoldred's Edict. And then we've got a 4/4 blue creature. Love it. Love it. Let's go ahead and attack. We drew a Cabal Coffers. I'm going to go ahead and draw from it. Nope. But to say, in case we hit something useful. Probably should have played Field of Ruin, maybe. Hit a Godless Shrine. But then we'd have 2 4/4s if they had another Skyclave Apparition. Call the Ring. The ring tempts you. Whenever you choose a creature as your ring bearer, you may pay 2 life. Draw a card. Okay, so they're not putting a ring bearer potential target out there. We'll take one. Okay. So the reason I'm not playing Demolition Field and Field of Ruin is I want them to have as many libraries or enemies, as many lands in their library as possible. And if we start taking basics out of their hand or out of their Whoozy Frats hits, they're not going to draw those things. Honestly, maybe it is better to go here because we want them to not be able to draw the lands. All right, we'll take two. Sick. I don't think we cast it yet. I think we wait until we hit 3 damage. Yeah. And do it now, since all we have is... Seems pretty good. I do have 6 cards in hand. How bad is it? Oh, we're getting a solituded. Okay. I'm okay with that. So that gets rid of the... Oh, they have an ephemerate? Okay, Katie. Katie, okay. Now what can I grief from you? Kaya's Guile. Each opponent sacrifices a creature, exiles all opponents' graveyards, create a 1/1 spirit, or gain 4 life. I think I'm more worried about Elishnorn. Am I worried about Elishnorn? No. Get rid of Kaya's Guile. Make some more mana. Night's Whisper. Ring. Keep this one. Shieldred. That was bad. Thankfully, we drew March of Wretched Sorrow so that we can exile Fatal Push and kill it. So that Ephemerate can't kill it. That felt like a really powerful turn. And now they don't have a creature to rebound with. The ring is just nuts. We had exactly enough to be able to pull that off too, so. Holy cow. Boom. Again, running into the issue where Cabal Coffers is... Alright, this is a keep. We'll send it Invoked. Yeah, we'll send Invoke Despair back. Get that hydrate taken care of. Fresh coffee. Nothing like it. Burn? Alright, let's go. Firing off a Rift Bolt first. Let's see. March of Sorrow is going to be real good. Shouldered's going to be real good. This Eidolon. Or pass. Ooh, Rift Bolt number 2 suspended. That's spooky. Suspend Profane Tutor. Auto yield. Don't kill me. Oof. So we're at 11 before their main phase? Ugh. Really need them to play a creature. Okay. There we go. They're doing the thing. They're pointing it at me. 4 cards in hand. No creatures. Alright, we'll leave that in our hand. Just need them to play a creature. That's all. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. As long as it's not Skullcrack. Exiling Profane Tutor and Night's Whisper. We'll gain 6 life. Let's go. Let's go get Cabal Coffers. Demolition Field. Shieldred. Don't have a main deck path to exile? Please? Sick. Maybe it's double bolt, targeting Shieldred. Why would they have gained? Let me gain 2 life. Helix me. Bolt me. Not sure what to get here. Oh, Chalice. Chalice for 1. That ought to do it. That ought to do it. There we go. Every match so far, we have pulled out the relics for grief. Yeah, looks like we should just play grief. We're gonna wait. I mean, Relic is probably just objectively correct right now, given the living end predominance. So that was going to happen regardless. I mean, the way they spent their mana. So we're at 14. Probably going to Edict. I'm actually intent on casting this grief. So we're going to Edict here. Ouch. You going to skewer me after that? Boros Charm? Nope. Yeah, I can't do nothing about a skewer. But I can have each opponent sacrifice a non-token creature. That is good stuff. Okay. If it ends up being creature, we'll march it with Night's Whisper and then gain a few points of life. Make it 4 just in case. Like, I know they're not going to be able to make it 4 toughness, but gaining the 4 life is the big deal. They could Skullcrack there. What is your last card? We're about to find out. No way they crack the Fiery Islet before this resolves. It is a smash to smithereens. Goodbye. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, like, calling these leagues friendly leagues is a little weird. I don't feel like they're any less competitive. The barrier of entry is lower, but the rewards are also lower. I don't know. Maybe call it, I don't know. I'm glad they have it, though. I want our opponent to draw lands here, so we're just going to play coffers and not crack any of their stuff. They've seen a lot of spells so far. Is Riftbolt going to hit me, or is it going to hit Grief? It's going to hit me. That is worrisome. Okay, that is not. That is exciting. Come on, something. Spell. Not a spell. So knowing that Smash Cheaper League, Economy League, I don't know, all of those seem like fancy ways to say broke ass. There we go. Call it the broke ass league. This is what you do whenever you run out of tickets and play points for the big boys league. Go to the broke ass league. Getting spooky. They keep drawing Canopy lands. Or Horizon lands. Sheesh. They're going to get to draw. And we'll be at 3. We need something. Give me something good. It turns on more cards. But since we have the Fatal Push, we can attack. We're going to go to 1. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're dead here. Opponent's going to have to hit land off these 2 draws. Or land creature. If they hit land creature, we're looking pretty sweet. Because they have the Rift Bolt off the top, or off of exile here to put us to 1. Is it a creature? Nope, it's a Skewer the Critics. GG. Anything else? I mean, we could... Chalice is important. Wormcoil Engine is good. Let's just be on the play. Maybe that's the answer. Let's just be on the play. Yeah. 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 Let's keep it. Let's keep it. I hope our opponent mulligans. They are thinking hard. Nope. Okay. Come on, Goblin Guy. Draw me a card. Draw me a Cabal Coffers. Demolition Field is okay. Cancel. I think that with the March in our hand, that we'll be able to Night's Whisper instead this turn and be fine. And we can discard one of these Demolition Fields because they're never going to be relevant. Okay. And they're full creature draw, so that is even better for us. A Coffers would be sick. Night's Whisper. That's no good. Actually, it's really good. That's really good. That's a really good draw for us. That's a sick draw for us. We get to March. So we're going to end up hitting the Goblin Guide with the March and then doing the Night's Whisper thing. Or sorry, they're doing the Sheoldred's Edict. We want the Goblin Guide trigger. If they sacrifice one of the Swift Spears, which I don't think they will. I screwed that up. I screwed that up. I way screwed that up. That was tough. I should have hit the Goblin Guide. I shouldn't have gotten greedy with the land trigger. I wanted to be able to coffers to pump up the march. Like the second we untap, we're dead. So I don't want to put a counter on that yet. Boros Charm. So I have to. And we lose. All right, let's run it. We have 2 lands. Most of our things cost 1 or 2. A couple of fatal pushes. Jesus Christ. Sacred Foundry, really? Really? Okay, so this is not Burn Again. We found a deck that Relic's good against. They're going to cast Persist next turn. Come on, Relic. Let's go. They're not playing Yoro's Vengeance because Yoro's Vengeance has to target a... Yeah, give me more. As long as you're not casting Persist, I will keep making you take cards out of your graveyard. Jeez, how many powerhouses do you need to target with Persist? Ashen Rider, Archon of Cruelty, Woodfall Primus? That was a mistake. I should have suspended Profane Tutor. Lingering Souls? And then we'll pop it. All right, that was a big turn. Pretty sweet. Bloodstained Mire's going and grabbing another red source. Black-white for an unmarked grave. Really want that Woodfall Primus, don't they? Come on, Relic. See, this is where Tormod's Crypt would be really good. Alright, so we gotta play Demolition Field. It's Night's Whisper. And draw the Relic of Progenitus. So sick. Let's go. Again, it's not Gyoro's Vengeance. It's a sorcery that they're having to use. So, Relic is our lifeline here. If we can chip at them with this, like, we don't have to sacrifice it until they do something. So we can sit here and leave 1 mana up. We get to search for 2 fresh cards in a couple of turns. See if they just pulled it themselves. Probably not. Okay. Good stuff. Oh man, if Faithless Looting was a card, that would be super scary. Don't even want a card from the sideboard. I'll just grab Relic of Progenitus. Oh, man. Hey. We found a matchup where Relic is better than Grief. Although, to be fair, I want both. But that's why we can sideboard out Fatal Push. Let's grab Sheldred. Then we'll grab Coffers. Let's... I have the graveyard covered. So let's grab something big. Let's grab Sundering Titan. Pop the Blood Crypt and hit Mountain. Four, 5, 6. So we'll Sheldred. Get that Blood Crypt out of there and we'll pass the turn. Feels like this game's over. Yeah. All right, so we want Grief as well. Fatal Push can go. Not enough lands. This'll do. We'll send one of the coffers back. No Relic, but we do have Sheoldred's Edict. I'm not sure if that'll help much. A little spooky, to be honest. Come on, Relic. No. Okay. I think this might just be a matchup where I have to mulligan to a Relic. Like, I can Edict a thing, but it's going to have its ETB, especially if it's like Woodfall Primus, and that's going to hurt. Because then it's going to do it again. Well, no more Relic. Let's Night's Whisper. Or, sorry. Cast this Grief for Evoke, exiling Bitter Reunion and Cathartic Reunion are both really good here for them. But I can't get rid of one of or both of them. Guess we get rid of the better one. Because if they spend the extra mana to give it haste, Sheoldred's Edict is going to get it. But if it's like Ashen Rider, then we're out permanents, and that's tough. Because ETB or dies. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Got my hopes up for half a second. Why did I do that? Sweet. Didn't get punished. Let's go. Boom. I have to be patient. I have to have this Sheoldred's Edict at the ready. Since Relic isn't going to get us there. Okay, they do have a fourth basic. Oof. I think we might act. No. Yeah. We can put engineered explosives out there for 0. Set that up to kill the Chalice so that we can then Relic. But we have to get lucky here. thought that through for another second. Sick. I have 3 mana. Right? Is that 4 mana? I can never tell with these. Okay, it is 3. What do we do? Bridge? No, we're gonna play Relic and then destroy target non-land permanence control. Puts a tap Power Stone. Let's go Sundering Titan. Play Relic. Pass. Yes! Relic of Progenitus putting in work this match. Deck list should be in the cardboard live. Did not save it for the deck command, but let's run it. We got mana, we got Urborg, we got coffers, we got a Relic if and that's what we need. Yeah, let's just play it. I was thinking whether or not we wanted to hold Fatal Push in case they have Ragavan, but like we can just do that anyway. Catria Triome. So we're playing against Creativity. I don't want to give them access to black just yet. I want them to have to work for it. Grab Wrenn and 6. Yeah, they were like, ah, crud. If I get Wrenn and 6 here, they're just gonna do the Relic thing, so let's just fix our mana now. Catria and Ragran definitely screams Creativity to me, so we're gonna hold these March and this Fatal Push kind of close to the chest. Let's wait till upkeep. I know they only have Mountain in the deck if this is in fact Creativity. And this used to always frustrate me from the other side of the table whenever I was playing against this match, is how good their mana base is against ours. Or how good our mana base is against theirs. So. Yeah, I would like to as well. Alright, you can go. I'll draw a card, please. Nice. Oh man, that's so bad for them. We'll play Field of Ruin. We'll blow up Ragran Triome. And then we'll suspend Profane Tutor. This is good. This is fine. This is a good. Relic isn't that great here. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Let's go like that. Grief is better. I mean, the Dwarven Mind told us all we really needed to know. Absolutely confirmed. Let's just field them to death again. Engineered explosives is pretty good against them. We can... I don't think I want to bring one in. I think yeah, probably should. Leave one for Karn. Solid hand. Keep it. They're leading off with Dwarven Mine. That never bodes well for them. Gonna go grab Stomping Ground, I suppose. Oh, sick. We don't get the Night's Whisper, but do get to answer Renin 6. That's pretty sweet. Then we've got Field of Ruin, so we can start ruining their day. What is this? Fable? Can't cast a fairy. Yeah, we'll kill the Goblin token with March here. We'll exile one of the Night's Whispers. Mountain. Play Field of Ruin and pass. Here, if they go for creativity, we can just have them sacrifice the token. I don't think they do. If they don't, we Field of Ruin them with something. Get one of these two off of the battlefield. Probably the Sacred Foundry. Make them have to jump through a couple of hoops in order to get to Fairy on the battlefield. Whenever I was on that side of the table in this matchup, the sick. They played their basic mountain. Let's go. Oh, did they bring in the plains, though? No, they're not on that strat. Alright, Swamp, Night's Whisper. Should have Night's Whispered first. We'll pass. Holding up this Sheoldred's Edict. Let's go ahead and answer the reflection. And get lucky off the top here. Again, we're trying to keep them from having access to any extra land, so we're holding Urborg until we absolutely cannot hold it any longer. They have mountain forest, we have swamp, so getting engineered explosives doesn't really do much here. Let's grab the ring. Let's grab the ring. We've got Fatal Push for a potential Dwarven Mine here. sick. All right. Nice little 3-2 there. All right, you know the drill. We get a chest. Let's open it. That'll also give us just enough play points to be able to get into another one. What'd we get? I can't tell. Catilda, Dawnheart Prime, and Obscura Ascendancy. So nothing useful card-wise. Catilda, Obscura.